Brian with Grand Roofing, bringing you along on how I look for or try to find roof leaks. There are two particular leaks at this house here. I'm going to bring you along. We will see what I think the issue is and some possible fixes for it. And because there is a big rainstorm brewing coming this way, we might just try to caulk up a little bit if possible to buy them some time to get through this. One of the leaks is just inside the garage, just at the wall right here. So we're going to focus on this area. The other one is around the front door area, which is going to be in a dead pocket back that way. So let's check out, see what we can find here, what I think is done wrong. If there's no obvious damage, no wind damage, nothing missing, we're looking for things done wrong with the pattern between shingles. They're not stacked, not close, not having nails in the right area. But in this case, there's a wall right here. So we're going to focus our attention on flashing and siding issues. I see some caulking up here, so either the new roof, because this is a newer home, they just threw it up here. I don't know if it was caulked later, but it's not a good idea because you can actually trap water. I think I see some issues right here. We'll look into that. What you're going to try to do first is try to look under the J-channel, and if you can see some flashing, it looks like it's step flashing. You can see where two pieces come together. You're going to want to see if you can get under some shingles. I can feel a piece of step flash. You want to make sure they're in the right areas. Typically where one piece of flashing goes is going to start here and go up, and then your shingle, and then another piece. The piece that's going to go here will overlap the other piece slightly. Kind of hard to describe, but where those two seams come up on those, you can see right there, there's a two-piece step right there. You can see a little better on this one. So you can tell those look to be in the right area. They look to be good in the right spot. You want to make sure that they're not all just nailed down on the roof deck and then shingled up, because that's a big no-no. It's not going to work. You want a shingle step, shingle step. They look to be good. The other thing I don't like, what I'm seeing right here, is this J-channel. We only got about a 1 foot overhang. If the wind's coming out of the east or the southeast, blowing some rain down here, you're going to get it on your siding. It's going to run down to your J-channel. It's going to try to channel out somewhere. Your corner is going to come down. Same on this, coming down, hitting the front siding, coming in here. We're going to look around this area because that's right where the leak is. I don't like seeing this opened up. I don't like how this is pretty close to the fascia right here. You can see there's a dirty water trail on here. It means the water could be hitting, running back. Well, if it runs back, if your flashing is not behind some Tyvek or behind some substrate of some sort, any water running down is now going to go behind your step flash. Let's see if we can't peek in here at all. I can see a piece of step flash right there. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. I'll try to peel this back for you guys. Get some light in there. I don't know if you can see it. The camera's not focusing very well, but I can see it. It's about right where my finger is. Let's see if I can look down in here. I don't know if you can see that, if I'm getting enough light. Maybe there. So this could easily be where water's coming in. When you have caulking like this, it could easily be getting trapped in there now and have nowhere to go. If it's coming in down the top or in this crack, it could be actually bypassing the flashing. Doesn't matter what kind it is. If it's getting behind the flashing, it's going to get down into your ceiling there. So some things you could do right here: pull this down, get a thin bead of caulking in between those. You don't want it gooping out everywhere, but you want to block it from wicking back up under. As far as right here, you don't want it blowing in or running in or dripping in between this all the way down. Not so much sealing your J-channel here. For one, it's pulling off your shingle, now your granule right off the mat, but you potentially block it back there. You want to make sure you also have a kick out. That's not the issue in this particular leak because it's out over the exterior of the garage. It's about right here inside the house. Same on this here. You don't want water hitting this, getting into your J-channel and channeling whichever way is sloping down and potentially coming in back here. You also want to make sure there's wall flashing, apron flashing, whatever you refer to it as. They've got a piece right there. Look under this. I can see it. It's shiny, goes back. Could be coming in right here. Same down here. Looks like there's a cut piece that could be easily coming down here, getting caught on that, running down. So there's some things, some geocell, some clear silicone can do to fix this. Doesn't look like it's a roof issue or a flashing issue, it's just bypassing it. So that's something I can caulk up now so this rainstorm doesn't pose a problem, and just get back to the homeowner because no one's home right now. But just spot check all the way up, make sure they didn't miss a piece. I've actually seen roofing crews where they're putting a roof down and they may forget one piece of flashing. It happens. That's why if you can do a final inspection. I don't care how good you guys are. People make mistakes, people miss things, people get in a hurry, phone calls come in, maybe they forget to put a piece down. It can be easily checked and caught before an issue arises just by doing a good quick inspection of a final install. Let's go look at this other one real quick. You're also just going to make sure the flashing is up, wall flashing along the way, so it's still tucked down pretty good. I imagine it's behind all this because again it was a newer construction home. This is going to be an issue here. Somebody was kind of careless cutting pieces. You want to make sure, I don't know if the leak is like it's in this general vicinity, but looking right here, this is a big no-no. This is what I would call a dead pocket. It's extremely flat. It's probably way too flat. I'm gonna guess that about a 212, way below manufacturer's recommendations. I don't know why when the framers came in here, they didn't just build from here up to the height of that. So it's a little steeper slope, get it to a 3 or 412 slope, so the water runs off. When it's this flat, I don't think this is the problem. I'll point out some other things, but when it is this flat, water's not gonna run off very efficiently. It could easily be backing up in shingles. It could be backing up under your step flashing. In the wintertime, you could get some ice dam buildup here because of the temperature. It's warmer and your attic rising, melting, running down to the exterior of the house where the porch is here, and then refreeze and block this up. That's not good. Would have been an easy change for a framer to do. It could be done after the fact. It's just you'd have to get into siding now, change the roof line, all that. But let's look at this and see what I think is going on here between it being pretty low slope. I don't know if their flashing goes up. Again, they've caulked it. I don't know if it's original caulking or after the fact trying to stop a leak. Just not good because it could be blocking water. So let's start from above and let's just make sure flashing in the wall is good. Same thing, you're just gonna try to get under here. It looks like good step flashing. It looks like there's a lap right here, a lap right there. Looks to be in the right heights and positions. So let's see if we can get under here and see. Yep, I can see a little shiny piece. There's another one barely poking down out right there. There's another one. So it looks like the flashing's in the right spot. But what I don't like about this is all the caulking, and I don't see an extension here. So we're gonna try to see if they have the classic accordion style flashing I talk about, or if it's just simply cut at the corner, which is what I believe this to be. So again, you got a 1 foot overhang, you got dominant winds coming out of the southwest here, probably plastering this. We're gonna get 30-mile-an-hour winds today, they're saying, with some rain. It's easily gonna get the siding, come down to the J channel. Where's it going? To a caulked up, gooped up mess, forcing it back into there. I don't know what the flashing is like under this. I can't see it. I can't even check these. So what I'm gonna try to do, two things. There's a lapped siding right here. We're gonna try to pop this out because it's so small and just peek under and see if I can see flashing, step flashing. If you are gonna do something like this, it should be reinforced with ice and water and a large piece of coil stock, because your step flash is only so big. You're gonna have nails in it to hold it. That's gonna possibly pose a problem. So we're gonna try that, as well as possibly take a sharp straight blade in my pocket and just gently slice through this a little bit higher above the roof line. And again, down this just a little bit above the roof line. You don't want it pinned down so tight it's gonna start cutting into your shingles. You also don't want it so tight you can't see, or the roofers can't get the flashing in. I don't know why it was put down so tight. I imagine the roof was done, then the siding guys came in, but it's just buried way too tight into there. This first shingle is on this transition. I don't know where the flashing is. I can't see it. I need to verify. I can't even get this bottom J channel out to see. Looking in here, I don't know what they got. I can't see it. I was able to peek in under these and I can feel step flashing. I can see apron flashing here. And if you look under this one, I can see a piece right there. So I imagine there's a large piece overlapping that. That's good, so the water can shed down onto the next and run off. So I'm gonna focus my effort right here. I'm gonna put the GoPro on and we're just gonna cut this real quick and see if I can see in here and see if it just simply needs an extension put in. So the accordion style, if they roof this side up because it's lower, put your accordion style, it's a solid piece that's crimped to fold around it. That way there's no cuts. Typically what I see is they throw step flashing in either right at the bend, or they will hang it past and then cut it to the bend. It's just, to me, in my opinion, it's not a good idea. So we'll cut this back, we'll see what we see. It is a gooped up mess. This is a brand new blade. Just get it in there and just work it towards you carefully. You don't want to trap water in areas like this. The siding is going to go like this, curve back, and then come towards the substrate or the subsiding, and then have a nail flange. So you're going to have to reach back a little ways and cut back into all this. And I'll point out, if it's cold, you want to be very careful because you can crack it. And if it's just a thin mill finish flashing, you want to be careful you don't actually slice into your siding or your flashing. Looks like I got it cut all the way there. Let's come down. Go right under the J channel. Back up under the back side of the curved back here where your siding goes into. Trapping debris in here. So there's where it curves back. It's going to go back. So it's already cut high here, so that's good. We should be able to get that out of there okay. There it is. This isn't going to cause a leak at all. It's actually probably going to make it better. We'll be able to see in there what's going on. See if it needs a piece of extension flashing put in. And I think I see the leak. Yep. Let me get the GoPro down in there a little bit lower. I could probably fix this while I'm here and just square up with the owners later and let them know. Look at all that debris that just gets trapped in here. All right, let me bring the GoPro down and show you. So when you got a wall like this, or a chimney, or anything for that matter, the water coming down, heading to the low side, being pulled by gravity, needs to extend past the bottom side of whatever it is. Same on the back side. If it comes and hits a backside of whatever, and it's being diverted left or right, you don't want it dumping out right at the corner and have a protrusion where the water's gonna go down. I gotta hurry up because my battery looks low. So getting in here and looking at this, I see a piece of flashing right there, and it's short, and I see ice and water wrapped up the wall, and then I see a piece of flashing right here. It's hard to get the GoPro any lower for you. I apologize for rotating it, but there's an area right here where water's probably dropping in between the two pieces of flashing. I need to try to get a piece of flashing behind this one here and extend out down this way. That's going to be a bear getting it in there, especially because they've got geocell all up in this. I'm going to see if I can't split the shingle free possibly and try to get a piece of flashing shoved in there. Typically what we do, I know some people might disagree, but when you're doing a re-roof, not a new construction, we can slice these on the low side and have our piece of flashing that starts extend out past that, and we can fold over so it's a little bit of a decorative 45. But what that's essentially doing is getting a diverter for the water to get out and run off, as opposed to just dumping out at a cut corner like this right here. That's just not good. Let me know in the comments down below. You can get those accordion style in if it's new construction. If it's not, it's a bear. And I really don't think a lot of people do that. So is it a bad idea to extend those? I think it's a stupid idea to just cut it or fold it right there at the corner. I think it has to have a diverter. Granted, there are other things about that being too flat, like I said earlier, the caulking in unnecessary areas. I don't know how high the flashing goes up behind the siding, but this is a big issue. It's right in one of the most crucial areas too. Try to get you a little bit better under here. You can see it right there. That piece of flashing is way too short. I should have bumped up on the edge of this. The other thing I'll point out, again, whether it's a flashing of a chimney or a wall or anything, when you've got a diverter kicking water out, if there's a chance of surface tension wicking back up under, make sure you put a small thin bead up under there so it doesn't follow the surface tension back behind. We typically find those kind of leaks around chimneys. So imagine this being the backside of a chimney, this being the side of the chimney. Water hits a big piece of coil stock. Granted, you can have saddles, whatever, but if it hits the backside and it's coming across a piece of metal, it's not always going to just drop right off. I've seen it wick back up under due to surface tension and come in behind the chimney. So just put a small bead of silicone or 4500 GSL up a little bit and then up the roof deck, and then put your metal down and up. That way it eliminates any surface tension running back under. I gotta wrap up the video because it's getting long and I got stuff to do. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you learned anything good in this, you want to consider subscribing, please do. And the secret word is traffic. So I know you watched this far. Until next time, be safe. We'll see you then.